Hey again, we are back with the decimal board and we are going to show you how to do some addition. So I am going to put this piece of paper, well actually, yeah, I'm going to put this piece of paper up here and I'm going to write 0 units and 3/10, like I have on my card, plus 0 units and 5/10, right? I have those cards right there. And I'm going to go ahead and put 3/10 on my board.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put 5/10 on my board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've made my add-ins. Okay, 3/10 plus 5/10. And you guys are all experts and you know that addition is putting things together, right? And when I put these together, you probably already know, you were saying at home, 8/10, right? So 3/10 plus 5/10 is going to give me 8/10. So 8, and then I keep my decimal point here and my 0 units. Now, what's really the only thing that's different about this, guys, is that you're definitely used to adding and thinking about starting with the smallest category. And normally that smallest category is units. But when we're adding decimal fractions, you will have a category that's smaller than units. And so in this case, my smallest category is my tenths. It's my only one to add, so that's where I start. My units are right here, and they're all zeros. So I started with my tenths, and I put them together, and I got 8/10. And there was nothing to exchange. Okay, so let's do another one. I'll pull that off. Okay. What's our?
That's not right.
All right, here we're going to do 4/100 plus 8/100, and I can write that out. Okay. All right, so I've written my add-ins, and I'm going to take my top add-in is 1, 2, 3, 4/100, and I'm going to add to that 8/100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we know addition is putting together, right? Now, you're probably already able to see, hey, I think I'm going to have to do some exchanging here. So remember that 10/100 make 1/10. So I'm going to see, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10/100. I'm going to trade in for 1/10, right? So then for my answer, I have,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I have, I'm going to start with my smallest category here on paper. 4 plus 8 is 12. So I wrote a 2, and then I carried that 1, right? And then my decimal point and my 0, okay? So here, my smallest category that I started with were my hundredths. So 4/100 plus 8/100 gives me 12/100, which is 2/100 and 1/10. Okay, I should go ahead and do a clean piece of paper for the next one. I feel like I'm getting kind of busy here. Do you want to set up the next tickets and we'll do? Ooh, all right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/1000 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/1000. And addition is putting together, right? And I have more than 10/1000 here, so I'm going to have to count out 10/1000 and trade those in for 1/100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10/1000 give me 1/100. So I'm going to go ahead and write this equation down. I had 0 units, 0 tenths, 0 hundredths, and 5 thousandths, plus 0 units, 0 tenths, 0 hundredths, and 7 thousandths. Okay. 5 plus 7 is 12. Right, 2, carry the 1. 0. Notice I'm going to drop that decimal point down to record my answer. So I have 0 units and 12 thousandths. So I read this number as 0 and 12 thousandths. Okay.
Great.
Are we going to do another one? Should we do one more? Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. We're getting tricky. I love it. So we have 23 hundredths, which is 2 tenths and 3 hundredths. And I'm going to add to that 42 hundredths. Okay. All right, so addition is putting together, right? So I took 0 and 23 hundredths plus 0 and 42 hundredths. And I start with my smallest category, which is my hundredths. And I ended up with 5 hundredths, 6 tenths, and 0 units. So my answer is 0 and 65 hundredths. Or you could just say 65 hundredths. Okay? So the big thing to remember when you are adding decimal fractions is that you start with the smallest category, and really the only change up for you is that the smallest category is not going to be the units. So you're going to have to look at your numbers and figure out what the smallest category is going to be. Here it was the thousandths, here it was the hundredths, and that's where you start.
And then I would say, I know I have some folks that are going to be very anxious to go ahead and practice adding decimal fractions, and I will encourage you to do that. But if you run into trouble, I want you to come back the same way that I would send you back to this material in the classroom to refresh your memory. I will ask you to go back and watch this video when you run into trouble, if and when you do. Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.